Good day, everyone. Thanks for joining us here in the charts. Tune into the Crypto Flight Edition. It is your fellow compadre speaking, and we'd like to go over the BTC and USD price. It appears that the market is starting to thrust, and there is no ease in sight. So what we're going to do is take an interesting approach. This video may come as a shocker to some, but what I'm going to do is explain to you all what we are looking to do in this market over the course of the next just over 48 hours. We haven't pulled any triggers just yet. So stick around until the end. If you're new, welcome. Let me speak a little bit interesting over here. Loyal subscribers, welcome back. Let's go ahead and see what we have on the menu on the BTC price. So let's dive right into the charts here, shall we? All right, so today's March the 26th, 2021, and the current price of BTC is going to be $53,900.00. It's up approximately it's fluctuating there, 5% for the day. Okay. Here's some more interesting analysis. Welcome back. Hopefully everyone is doing well. Hopefully everyone is doing well. Here's the lines. Are the lines there? Oh, there it is. Okay, perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have been following, myself and all of my fellow compadres and everyone who's been following us closely. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button or consider hitting it if we can earn your subscription there. We've been following this rising wedge pattern. These are the weekly candles. Let's crank it down to the 12-hour candles. Okay, so here's what we're looking at. So the market has appeared to successfully broken down from this potential rising wedge pattern. I'm going to say that it is official. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. There's actually one level that the market needs to get above and stay above. Let me just kind of get a bird's eye view for those that are just joining us. This is the rising wedge pattern. It actually entered this pattern on January the 6th, 2021. And it just kind of, found support at the lower line. I mean, you could see it. It's pretty obvious, right? Found resistance there, broke down, found support, and of course the rest is pending, okay? So let's get a zoom in here on the BTC price to see where we are. So you guys know we don't look at the lower time frames on the channel, like the 1 hour and stuff like that. And that's for a reason, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put up a range that BTC, even if it gets above this level, I'm going to be monitoring BTC very closely over the next, I'm just putting a range out here to let everyone know. Right there. Okay, so we're going to be monitoring BTC over the next just over 48 hours because we want to, believe it or not, bet against this market. Yeah. And I think some are saying that there will be like a drop today. Today's Friday, down to like $45,000 because there's some, I guess, short interest. You guys know I don't look at that. Or my loyal subscribers know I don't look at that stuff. And if I had to answer that, will there be a drop today? I mean, obviously the market is going up, so I don't sound like a genius because I'm saying no. But before the market has even gone up, that's something that we explained in the previous video, that we're looking for a slow, methodic move to the downside. I don't think this market is going to see like a 45,000 today. I mean, whoever has their short positions at the 45, they're just going to have to deal with it, I guess. I don't know. But I don't see that happening in the short period of time. The structures of the candles are not suggesting any imminent downwards pressure within the next 12 hours. I'll just say that. Okay, so leading up into the next day, tomorrow on March the 27th, I don't see any real imminent sign of an aggressive impulse like to the downside. That could have been explained in like 3 seconds. All right, so the range that I just put on the chart is going to be in between. So it's right here at the $53,919, where it's having an interesting fight, I guess. I can't really say it's a fight because there's still 7 hours to close on this candle, and of course it can break through this area. Now the top of this little small rectangular range is going to be at approximately it's $54,815, so right here. And I know some people think this is arbitrage, guys, but if you look at this from a perspective of buyers and sellers, it's super simple. What goes on is when the market is walking down right now, what we're technically up against is a lower high in the price from the 12 hours perspective, and let me just kind of circle it so you understand what I'm saying. So this area here can be considered as a lower high in comparison to the highest point that has ever been recorded in the BTC price. Okay, so this is technically a lower high. This is a bearish indication that the market wants to move lower, and as a result, obviously the market has gone lower. So the most recent range that I just erased on the price action would be the previous level of support. That's all I look at. That's all I care to see. I don't need to see anything else, guys. This is the previous level of support. Super simple for me to see. Super simple for you to see as well. You just have to pull up your charts, right? And I know a lot of you are pulling up the charts. So this is what I'm looking at. Again, the market is up against a lower high. So according to, if the sellers want to maintain this very small window of opportunity, let's be clear, I say it on every video, BTC is in a beautiful, aggressive, please do not hit that sell button if you don't know what you're doing trajectory. It is going up, okay? But I'm referring to this small range here in the price, starting all the way back, dated from March the 9th, okay, 2021. This little small clustered area here, the sellers are trying to test their strength. So the only thing the sellers have to do to maintain right now, let me just erase everything. I make this stuff so simple, it's super simple. There's one descending line. This is how I do it, guys. When the market has had a peak, like its highest point, not a peak, I can't say peak. BTC is probably going to $3 million, right? So when the market has had its highest point, I just put a descending line somewhere right there. So let's just say over the course of, because remember, we're looking to put the market down. I'm not sure why we're doing that. It's not a smart idea, so don't follow what we're doing. Let's say the market decides to thrust to the upside and get above that rectangular range we discussed. And within the next 48 hours, it comes up to this line. And it tries to push through, and it gets rejected. That's at about $57,311, depending on what day it does. And it does it in, let's just do that really quickly on the chart here. What are we doing? It's 48 hours. What did I say? Okay, so let's call it like 2 days. So by March the 28th, 2021. Let me get an actual date. Sorry, guys. I'm never, ever, ever like rehearse with everything. Super unprofessional. All right, so it's March the 28th. So I got it right. Okay, March the 28th. If the market has gone near the $57,000 level by March the 28th, and it cannot break above this descending potential resistance line, then it's likely the market will have another correction or pullback, whichever one you want to refer to it as. I'm not seeing a crash in this market. No, it's too structurally intact to have like a crash. Okay, I'm seeing like this clustered area of consolidation here, right around this area here. So when you see like, price fluctuations like going up and down, this is structure. This is how you have to look. This is how I look at the markets to understand whether or not there's going to be like a crash or something. I don't see a crash in this market. No, not right now. All right. So you see this area, it's structured. It appears that the market has, eased back within this clustered area. We just put like a horizontal line right here, like something like that, right? And it literally came right down to that level. And there's only a wick at that level, if you can see that. And that's at like 50,000, like it only wicked at that level. But when I see something like that, this doesn't mean that everything is fine and it's going to rip to the upside. No, that's just a test. The sellers are back testing the previous level of resistance to see how much strength the buyers have. So far, the buyers have successfully captured the price, and now they're on their way to the upside. Remember, guys, but time is of the essence. Here's how I look at the markets. I've explained this before. What I do is I look at these three candles right here. 1, 2, 3. So what needs to happen is there must be a minimum of a 3-day bullish counter move. So you're talking 1, 2, 3 buying interest candles. Okay. And all I do is I measure how much did the market go down for 3 days from the sellers. It went down a total of 12%. So within these 3-day candles here, they have to go up a minimum of 12% in order to show the sellers that, hey, man, what are you guys doing with the price? We are going to rip this price to the upside. So that price translates to a minimum of 12% is going to be $57,384. Somebody say, dude, come on, what are you doing with these numbers? It's just a very interesting way that I understand whether or not the buyers have strength in the market or if the sellers have strength in the market. It's a little bit complicated for me to explain it, But remember, within the next 3 days, if the buyers can't even get above this range here that we've already gone over, then yes, it's not gonna proceed any higher than where you see it is now. But if it does get above that level, let's just say within the next again, there's 7 hours to close on this 12-hour candle. So if it like breaks above and then you see the next 12-hour candle to at least meet or exceed that $57,000 level, then yeah, that means the buyers, they have strength. They're relentless, and what they have to do is get above the previous resistance level, which is this descending line overhead. I know it's kind of confusing for me to explain it, guys, but it's super simple. Super simple. You just have to pull up the higher time frames and you can see everything like so clear. So that's all I wanted to explain to you all. Hopefully this wasn't like a extremely long, drawn out video, but that's all I have. So in a nutshell, what we can leave you wonderful folks out with is just one level, that level right there. So within the next 7 hours, if you see the price of BTC above $53,795, if within 7 hours you can get a close above that level and it continues higher, yeah, that means the buyers, they're making their bullish counter move from this impulse leg to the downside, as the sellers have realized an opportunity to see some downward pressure measured at this March the 20th lower high. Yeah, they're trying to seize any advantages that they can understand in this market, and they will continue to articulate the selling interest in this market to eventually push it down. I think it was like $38,000 is where they're trying to push it down to. But I do think it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. So if you're trying to bet against it, good luck. Okay, we're looking to bet against it, but not right now. We're calculating our steps in this market. All right, so please have a strategy as you understand or try to entertain position in this market. We're going to cut it out here. Thank you for your time. Hopefully this was useful for you. You have the one level or the two levels that it would be within if it cannot get above the level that we just discussed. Okay, if it can't get above this level, guys, then yeah, it's going to kind of be trapped within the two levels, 50K all the way up to what is it, like 54,000. Okay, but I think the buyers are in this market. I mean, they're going to do all that they can. Just give it 7 hours. Hopefully we're leaving updates enough for you wonderful folks to kind of keep ahead of what's going on in the markets here. So that's it. Take care of yourselves. Protect your portfolio. If you're new here and we can earn your subscription, we'd love to do that and send you out additional information pertaining to the traditional markets. We go over that 7 days a week. It gets very interesting to, forewarn you there. So if you hit that subscribe button, just know what you're getting yourself into, okay? And that's pretty much it, guys. So take care of yourselves. Protect your portfolio. Execute your strategies. We're going to talk very soon. And bye for now.